Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hello student, I am Mohammad Zia Rathod, lecturer in chemistry, Government SL College. In last lecture we have discussed the alkali elements, the topic of interchemistry, and today we will learn the first year chemistry topic covalent bond. It belongs to the chapter number 4, chemical bonding. Before start the chemical bonding, we must know what is the chemical bond. A chemical bond is that it is a force of attraction between two atoms or ion that hold them together in a unit is called the chemical bond, or we can say it is an attractive force which join two or more than two atoms in a molecule. This is called the chemical bond. But first question arises, what are the types of chemical bond? There are the three different kinds of the chemical bond: ionic covalent and coordinate covalent bond. There are many bond, but these are not the chemical bond. Hydrogen bond, van der Waals force of attraction, but these are not chemical bond. Only three types of chemical bond: ionic covalent and coordinate covalent. We will discuss ionic covalent and coordinate covalent in different lecture, but today the covalent bond. But very shortly, ionic bond, a bond between metal and non-metal. Ionic bond, if bond is formed between metal and non-metal, this is called ionic bond. If bond is formed only non-metal, this is called covalent bond. And the one side sharing of electron between atoms or element, this is called coordinate covalent bond. Yes, student, you should think, why do atoms form the bond, and what is the need of a chemical bond? What is the requirement of the bond or a chemical bond between the atom? Actually, if we look in the modern periodic table, 100 plus elements are exist in modern periodic table, but at extreme right of the periodic table, these are called the noble gases. They are also known as a zero group element. They are also called the inert gas element. The rest of other elements of whole periodic table, yes, these all elements, they want to get the electronic configuration of noble gases. And what is the reason? The reason is that the noble gases, they have complete their outermost shell. They have 8 electron in their outermost shell, except the helium, it has 2. And all elements are unreactive, all elements are stable, all elements neither lose nor gain electron. That is why other elements of this periodic table are interested to get the electronic configuration of the noble gas. That is why they lose electron or gain electron. Why do atoms form the bond? What is the need of atom to form a bond? Bond involves the electron in outermost shell of an atom. This is an atom has 2 electron in first shell, 8 electron in a second shell, and 8 electron in outermost shell. Yes, this atom is called stable atom. This atom of an element is called stable, and the reason is that this atom has 8 electron in their outermost shell. If element has 7 electron its outermost shell, it needs one more electron to become the noble gas electronic configuration. If an element has 6 electron its outermost shell, it needs 2 more electron. And if an atom has 5 electron its outermost shell, it needs 3 more electron. So if an element has 8 electron its outermost shell, this is called stable element in modern periodic table. The atom of the noble gases have completely full outermost shell, and they are known as a stable. We have already discussed, they are known as a unreactive element. And the atoms of other elements have incomplete their outermost shell, and they are called unstable. Yes, that is, it is unstable element, chlorine. And this chlorine is interested to get the electronic configuration this noble gas element neon. That is why the element, they lose electron or gain electron. If we look the electronic configuration of the chlorine, it has 7 electron its outermost shell, and if chlorine gain one more electron, it will become the stable, and this is called the covalent bond. Yes, what is a covalent bond? Actually, a bond formed between two or more than two atoms by the mutual sharing of electron. Yes, this is the accurate definition. If we define this is the sharing of electron, this is not complete accurate. The reason is that in covalent bond, atoms share the electron, and this is the mutual sharing. Mutual means both atoms share equal number of electrons. Yes, so there are the three different kinds of covalent bond. Single covalent bond, if both atoms share one electron each and form the one pair. Yes, this is the one pair. This is called a single covalent bond. Two atoms share and form the one pair of electron. This is called single covalent bond. Yes, this is the formation of H2O, and in H2O, hydrogen has one electron and oxygen as well as both share one and one electron from the one pair, and if the one pair between the two atoms, this is called single covalent bond. Yes, and if both atoms share two electrons, this is called double covalent bond, and if both atoms share three electrons each atom and form the three pairs, this is called triple covalent bond. Yes, we will discuss in depth the formation of bond, but I have the animation for the types. Yes, first, the chlorine element has 2 electron in first shell, 8 electron in second shell, and 7 electron in outermost shell, and you can see it has 7 electron. And second, the chlorine element has the same electronic configuration. And student, you know the chlorine gas, and this chlorine gas is formed when two atoms of chlorine are joined by the single covalent bond, and both chlorine needs one more electron to get noble gas electronic configuration to become stable. And to achieve this electronic configuration, both chlorine they will share and form the pair. Yes, this pair is called the shear pair, and both atom has one pair. This is called single covalent bond. And double covalent bond formed between two atoms, and if both atoms share two electrons from each side. Student, this structure is called dot and cross structure. Means electrons of one atom means they are represented by the dot, and electron of another atom they are represented by the cross. This is called dot and cross structure. Oxygen gas, and you know we inhale the oxygen in the respiration. This is oxygen molecule, and how oxygen molecule is formed? This oxygen molecule is formed when both oxygen share and form the covalent bond, and this is the double covalent bond. And first look the electronic configuration. You know the atomic number of oxygen is 8. It has 2 electron in first shell, it has 2 electron, and 6 electron its outermost shell. These are 6 electron, and each oxygen need 2 more electron to get the noble gas electronic configuration, means to complete its octet. That is why both oxygen they will share the electron, and both they will share 2 electrons from each atom and form the pair. This is called a double covalent bond, and this double covalent bond is represented by this sign. This is called the double covalent bond. And if both atoms share the 3 electrons from each side and form the 3 pairs, this is the formation of nitrogen gas or nitrogen molecule. Nitrogen element, its atomic number is 7. It has 2 electron in first shell and 5 electron its outermost shell. And no doubt this nitrogen need 3 more electron to get the noble gas electronic configuration and to complete its octet. That is why both nitrogen they will share the 3 electron from each side and form the 3 pair. This is called the triple covalent bond. Triple covalent bond. First question, how is a covalent bond is drawn? A covalent bond is consist of the shear pair. This is called the shear pair, and the electron they do not participate in the bond formation. They are called the lone pair electron. These are the lone pair electron of outermost shell, and only those electrons they are present in outermost shell, they participate in the bond formation. Yes, chlorine element, it has 17 electron, but not all 17 electron they participate in the bond formation. Only outermost shell of electron are involved in the bond formation, so the inner shell electron they do not include in the bond formation. And this is the simple dot and cross structure of chlorine molecule from the single covalent bond, and it is represented by this line. This is called the single covalent bond. How are covalent bond are formed, and how do non-metal atom form the covalent bond? The covalent bonding in hydrogen. Student, you know the atomic number of hydrogen is 1, and the formation of hydrogen molecule or hydrogen gas, many non-metal elements such as hydrogen exist as a simple diatomic molecule that contain covalent bond. How is a covalent bond formed in hydrogen? Both hydrogen atom has one electron, their outermost shell, and each hydrogen atom needs one more electron to complete its outermost shell to get the noble gas electronic configuration. And hydrogen follow the duplet rule, and hydrogen interested to get the electronic configuration of helium and to become the stable. Yes. Can compound contain the covalent bonding? Yes, covalent bonding can also occur between the atoms of non-metal to create the molecules. Yes, this is the formation of the hydrochloric acid. The hydrochloric acid is formed between hydrogen and chlorine. Hydrogen has 1 electron, its outermost shell, and chlorine has 7 electrons. Ionic bond is not possible between these two elements, but a covalent bond is possible between hydrogen and chlorine, and in this bonding hydrogen it will complete its outermost shell by obey the duplet rule, and chlorine will complete its outermost shell by octet rule. Yes, this is the shear pair, and this shear pair it will include in both hydrogen and as well as the chlorine molecule and the chlorine atom, sorry. So this shear pair include in both sides. Hydrogen obey the duplet rule and chlorine the octet rule. Hydrogen and chlorine both they form the covalent bond. Another example, the formation of the water molecule. You know the formula of water is H2O. Each oxygen has 2 hydrogen. Student, you know the atomic number of oxygen is 8. It has 2 electrons in first shell and 6 electrons its outermost shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are electrons of oxygen, and each hydrogen has 1 electron its outermost shell. Hydrogen it will complete its outermost shell, form a shear pair, and this is a 1 pair according to duplet rule, and oxygen it will complete its outermost shell to complete the octet. 2, 4, 6 and 8. Yes, its outermost shell is complete. So oxygen need the octet rule, and hydrogen need the duplet rule. Another example, this is the formation of ammonia. How do nitrogen and hydrogen atom form the covalent bond in a molecule of ammonia, NH3? In the formation of ammonia, each nitrogen share the electrons with 3 hydrogen atoms. Student, you know the atomic number of nitrogen is 7. It has 2 electrons in first shell and 5 electrons its outermost shell. Yes, this is called outermost shell. Outermost shell is also known as a valence shell. So nitrogen has 5 electrons. This nitrogen it will share 1 electron with hydrogen, this first hydrogen, and second electron to second hydrogen, and third electron to third hydrogen. So 3 different electrons of nitrogen share with 3 different hydrogen atoms and form the 3 pair. So it is the single covalent bond. We cannot say the triple covalent bond. Sometimes students say the triple covalent bond. No, this is single covalent bond, but these are 3 single covalent bond. A molecule may have 10 single covalent bond, 20 single covalent bond, 1000 single covalent bond and many more single covalent bond, but they are not called as double or triple covalent bond. If pair between two atom is 1, this is called single covalent bond. So the formation of ammonia is the example of single covalent bond, and each ammonia has 3 single covalent bond. Next, the bonding in methane gas, the natural gas, and you know the formula of methane is CH4. In CH4, carbon atomic number 6, it has 2 electron in first shell and 4 electron its outermost shell. So each carbon needs 4 hydrogen for the formation of methane, CH4. And now you can see each hydrogen is completing its outermost shell according to Duplet rule, and carbon is completing its outermost shell according to octet rule, noble gas electronic configuration. No doubt these all atoms, they have achieved the noble gas electronic configuration. Next, the formation of carbon dioxide, CO2. Student, you know the atomic number of carbon is 6 and oxygen is 8, and you can see this carbon has 2 electron in first shell and 4 electron its outermost shell, and oxygen has 2 electron in first shell and 6 electron its outermost shell. Yes, this carbon need 4 more electron for octet, and oxygen need 2 more electron for octet. This is the ratio of 1 and 2. If carbon share 2 electron with both oxygen atom, then it will form the double covalent bond. These are the electrons of the carbon, 1, 2, 3, 4, and carbon has 4 electron its outermost shell. So its 4 electron are shared with 2 different oxygen atom from the double covalent bond. This is a pair and this is the pair, double covalent bond, and this is the double covalent bond. So in carbon dioxide there are 2 double covalent bond, and carbon completes the outermost shell and getting the noble gas electronic configuration 1, 2, 3, 4, and these are the 4 electron, means carbon is getting the noble gas electronic configuration, and no doubt oxygen is as well as. Student, how does bonding affect the property? If bonding is ionic, if bonding is covalent, if bonding is coordinate covalent, we will discuss what are the properties of molecular solid. The properties of molecular solid, such as the iodine. Iodine, it has low melting point. Yes, no doubt iodine, it has the covalent bond, and mostly the covalent bond, they are soft. Mostly the covalent bond, they have low melting and boiling point. Mostly are usually the covalent compound, they are soft, they are brittle, okay, and they cannot conduct electricity. We will discuss why they cannot conduct electricity. Why do molecular solid have these properties? Actually, the reason is that the weak force of attraction between the molecules can be broken by the small amount of energy. Very small amount of energy in need to break the molecule, and this means that the molecular solid are soft and brittle and melt and boil at low temperature or sometimes very low temperature. And molecular solid are also unable to conduct electricity because there are no free electrons, ions they carry. Unlike the ionic compounds, the ionic compounds means NaCl, they can conduct the electricity because they have the charges. Student, this is an activity, and I would like to explain how the ionic compound or covalent compound, they can conduct electricity or they cannot conduct electricity, and which they conduct the electricity. These are the copper, sodium chloride solid, sodium chloride solution, NaCl liquid, diamond, and the graphite. These are the randomly compounds and elements are exist, and we will check out which can conduct electricity. Yes. First, yes, we will start from top. The copper, and we will place the copper and this button on. Yes, the bulb is glowing. It means this copper is conducting the electricity. What is the reason? Metals, no doubt, not only copper, the metals, they can conduct the electricity because they have the C electron, they have the mobile electron. These are also called the delocalized electron, and they are freely moved. That is, the copper is good conductor. Next, NaCl solid and current on but no glowing. Why? Actually, ionic substance can't conduct electricity when solid because the ions are bonded together in lattice form. That is why they cannot conduct. What about the NaCl solution? If we place NaCl solution and check, yes, this bulb is glowing, this bulb is on. When dissolved in water, means when we dissolve the NaCl in water, when we dissolve the ionic compound in the water, ionic substance, they can conduct the electricity because the ions are able to break means free of the lattice and carry a charge, and the charge ions are present. What about the NaCl liquid? NaCl liquid, yes, this bulb is glowing. Why NaCl? But we did not place NaCl in water, but here NaCl in solution form. Solution form means when we have the NaCl in molten form, in liquid form. When liquid or molten form, ionic substance, they can conduct the electricity. This is because the ions are able to break free of the lattice and carry a charge. They have the charges. That is why electric current, it can pass. And what about the diamond? If we place the diamond, check, no glowing. This bulb is not on, there is no response. Substance with the covalent bonding do not conduct the electricity because all the outer electrons are fixed in the shell. Another example, the graphite. It is also a covalent compound, but what about its conductivity? Oh, very good. This graphite is conducting the electric current. What is the reason? The graphite has a free electron between the layers of the carbon atom, which can carry an electric charges. So these are some examples of ionic and covalent compound randomly, and we have checked the copper, it is the good conductor as the metal, and all metals are good conductor. NaCl solid is good conductor in molten in solution form, but non-conductor in solid form. So we can say all the ionic compound in solid form, they cannot conduct electricity, and NaCl in solution form are in liquid form. And not only NaCl, are ionic compound in solution or form in liquid form, they can conduct electricity. And what about the covalent compound? No doubt, covalent compound, they cannot conduct electricity except few compounds or element, just like the graphite. Bonding and structure, which word match the covalent substance? Yes, this is the chlorine Cl2 molecule. No doubt, this is the simple structure and the simple molecule. What about the chlorine? This is an element is present in the nature. And what about this is not in elemental form, in single form, always in present in molecule form, in the molecular. And there are two atoms are present, so it is the diatomic molecule, and the bond between two chlorine atom is single covalent bond. Next, the diamond. We know the diamond, it is an allotropic form of carbon. It is an element. It is an allotropic form of carbon. It is a giant structure, and the bond present between the carbon and carbon is only single covalent bond. Yes, next, oxygen. Student, we know the oxygen molecule is a simple molecule, is a simple structure, and this oxygen is element, is present in the nature, in elemental and two or more and two elements are joined and form the molecule. This is a diatomic molecule, and the bond between two oxygen atom is double covalent bond. We have already discussed. Yes, this is the graphite, the electropic form of carbon, and we have already discussed. It is a good conductor of electric current. It is an element, electropic form, giant structure, and atoms are joined by single covalent bond. Water, student, you know, this water is H2O, simple structure. This is not an element. This is a compound between two different atoms. This is a compound, not electropic form. No double covalent bond. A bond between two atoms is single covalent bond, and this is a molecule and single covalent bond. And the last, this is also an electropic form of carbon. Element form, electropic form, double covalent bond is present. This electropic form and the molecule, and as well as the single covalent bond. There are some examples there, and we can say the single and double, both the bond, they are present in this. A student, we will check and this is the portion of assessment, we can say, activity in the shape. The covalent bond, true or false, atoms bond so that their outermost shell electron become the half filled. That is a false statement. Covalent bond occur between the non-metal. Yes, true. Oxygen and hydrogen, H2O, both are non-metal. CH4, carbon and hydrogen, both are non-metal. So bond present between the covalent bond always the non-metal. Next, a single covalent bond is a shared pair of electron. If a pair is called single bond, if two pair is called double covalent bond, and covalent bond only occur in a compound. No, not. Covalent bonding is also present in an element, electropic form of carbon, diamond and graphite. Oxygen molecule contain a double covalent bond. Yes, oxygen has only double covalent bond. Oxygen molecule has only double covalent bond. And most substance made up of simple covalent bond molecules are solid and at room temperature. It is not true, not always. These are some comparison between the ionic and covalent bond, and we know ionic bond, it is the transference of electron. Covalent bond is the sharing of electron. Ionic bonding is only one, and covalent bond, it has three different types: single bond, double covalent bond, triple covalent bond. Does not involve yes, first the difference between covalent and ionic bond. The covalent bonding occurs between the non-metals, and bond present between one is metal and second is non-metal is called ionic. Always in covalent bond, electrons are shared, the mutually shared, and ionic bond, electron are lost or gained. In the covalent bond does not involve the charge or particles, but in ionic bonds, charge or particles are involved. Yes, this is the final activity of MCQs. What is a covalent bond? A shared pair of proton, a shared pair of electron, shared pair of neutron, shared pair of atom. A student, not only the covalent bond, always in the chemical bonding, electrons are involved. Yes. Which of these can form the covalent bond? One metal atom and one non-metal. This is an ionic bond. One metal ion and non-metal ion. No. Two non-metal. No. Two metal. No. And two non-metal. A bond between non-metal is called covalent bonding. Correct. Which of these substances contain the covalent bond? H2O. Yes, this is a covalent bond. NaCl, not. Formation of ionic bond. Calcium chloride and potassium bromide, as well as these three compounds have ionic bond. H2O has only covalent bond. Sorry. Next, question number 4. Which of these elements exist as a covalent bond atoms? The sodium, neon, calcium or chlorine. The student, we have discussed in this lecture the formation of the chlorine gas, and the chlorine has covalent bond, single covalent bond. Yes. Next, which of the following is not the property of molecular solid? Means it is not the property of molecular solid. The molecular solid, low melting and boiling point. Yes, molecular solid have. Can all carry an electrical charge. No, they do not have electrical charge and other properties. Next, what is the name for the structure different from form of the same element? If an element is present in two or more than two forms, this is called an allotropic form. Just like the carbon, it has two allotropic form. One is crystalline, second is amorphous. In crystalline form, we know the diamond, graphite. Which of these is not an allotropic form of carbon? We have discussed diamond, graphite, and the Buckminster fullerenes, but quartz is not ionic compound. Which of the following is not a property of giant structure? Low melting and boiling point and usually very hard, cannot conduct electricity, and do not usually dissolve in water. No. Yes or no? Low melting and boiling point. Which is the only covalent bonding substance that can conduct electricity when solid? Is diamond. It can conduct electricity? No. We know the diamond, if we place the diamond, it cannot conduct electricity. Then what about the water? No, water, a pure water, it cannot conduct electricity. What about the NaCl? No, electricity, salt or ionic compound, they cannot conduct electricity. First, but they can conduct electricity if the molten form in ionic form. But in element form, the graphite, it can conduct electricity. Why do most covalent compound or structure do not conduct electricity? The covalent compound, what is the reason? The ions in covalent compound are not free to carry a charge. They are no free electron to carry a charge. No non-metal have no charges, and they are no free proton. No, the ions in the covalent bonded are not free to a charge. What about they are no free electron to carry a charge. If electron they can carry charge, it can conduct the electricity. Thank you, student. Inshallah, in the next lecture we will discuss the another type of the chemical bonding. These activities are very important. If the end of lecture the rapid fire and the rapid question arise, student it is more active to attend the class. Okay, thank you. Allah Hafiz.